Oh, cool. A little voice note from Dan.
Hey, Cole, it's Dan.
Listen to
I've
this.
just sent you the recap for this week's episode, but I accidentally used the track with all the horses on it instead of the vocal track. I've redone it and I've sent you a new one through. So if you could just use that and just delete.
Do we realise how much work I've got?
And not play it to anyone, because it really makes it sound like I don't know what I'm doing, which I know we don't want the danger links to think. Cheers, man. I know you'll take care of that.
That's what you think.
Sorry, I killed MZ.
Why did he say that?
Sorry.
Why did he have to add that on the end? I mean, first he gets the recap, and now he's... every time. Right, that's it.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast. The adventure continues now. Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
Folton Plaguestone, I'm going to take you in for the murder of Uncle Goodun.
I'll live by my actions. And if you want to kill me, then you do it.
Do you trust this man?
With my life.
Really?
Why don't you join us?
What brings you to Aitron's Valley?
Sickwolf. You have an interest in this Dallin Battlestone.
I need to find the people that killed him.
That's actually interesting. Why don't we have another round of turnips, eh?
The adventure continues now.
Crack it on, crack it up.
Pack it up, pack it in. Yeah, we're rolling.
Rolling.
Got a new rolling song for us, Ross? 100 episodes in.
Roll out your episode. Roll out the episode 100. Roll out your barrel.
No,
roll out your barrel for fun.
I said episode.
Roll out your barrel.
You're saying barrel. That's not the word.
Roll out your barrel for fun.
Hey, like Billy,
you gonna roll out your barrel for fun? Yeah, I'm singing it. Roll out your barrel. Roll out your barrel for
kill those
fun.
NPCs.
Dear God. Hello, everyone. Hello. welcome to the second part of episode 100 of the Danger Club podcast.
Yeah.
What is going on? We have new characters, or returning characters, reassembled back together on a quest to try and help Folton Plaguestone accomplish something that he can sort of remember that has something to do with his brother.
Yeah.
This is exciting, though, isn't it? It's a testament to how long we've been going, that all these characters are returning.
Yeah.
They're all, there's no new character.
It's a big old crossover episode, y'all.
Whoa, everyone loves a crossover. This is like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, right.
and the Flintstones.
Flintstones meets the Jetsons.
Flintstones meets the Jets. Featuring Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
And Batman.
Yeah.
There's an actual Scooby-Doo and Batman, we know that, right?
No, Batman did a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover lately.
Did he?
Animated.
Really?
I think it's a film, I'm pretty sure, and it's actually pretty badass. I've seen some of the fight scenes with Splinter and Batman, and they are satisfying. They are very, very good. Two, imagine they're two ninjas going at each other, aren't they? So it's actually just
That's the power of money, isn't it? You can just buy your way into any franchise. Yeah. Oh, I'm loving the Tick. Loving the Tick. I always love the Tick, but it's very good.
I was going, big Tick, I'm going to watch that. But yes, fair play. Also, I've watched all of the new Tick stuff.
I haven't watched the new season yet, but I'm so enjoying it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Sure, good. I thought it was going to be shit.
It's really good.
No, it's worth it.
Damning from Ross there. Is it just
it was cancelled after the second season. So.
Yeah, but lots of good things have been cancelled. Doesn't mean they're bad, okay? The OA never got a third series, and I'm over it. I'm fine.
Firefly.
Lots of very fine things have been cancelled.
Yeah. And if there's some grassroots support from the fans, it might get uncancelled or picked up by someone else.
Yeah,
Ross.
Yeah,
or should I say...
Lost.
Who doesn't like programs that are cancelled?
You say that like Ross cancelled it.
I was like, do you want me to pick it up? Or,
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Tick, if you want to be produced by me, then
He's a fictional character.
He's also, his name isn't Tick. His name's not Tick Danman.
it is Tick. You're right, Tick. What Tick?
What, Tick? I can't ever feel I've digressed us onto a...
How did that happen?
I don't know. It looks like it's
We've never done that before.
Never.
It's never happened.
Have we digressed or have we diversified, as Uthgar kept saying?
No, I didn't.
You kept saying we diversified.
Diversified?
Yeah.
Well,
Diversity.
We kind of did. We diversified into other groups.
I mean,
This word that you mean? Yeah, okay.
I'm very glad that we've met a new
calm
adventuring
down.
party that are even more easily distracted than the Danger Club are. So I'm excited about this party because I kind of gave a little bit of backstory to Uthgar, Brimbone, and Kevan about what you've been doing in the year since we last saw you in Fall of Plaguestone, and then said, come up with your own war stories about what you've been doing in that time. And so I have no idea about all these stories that are coming out about them are the first time I've heard them, and it's delightful. What was the name of this party that we've discovered now?
Sickwolf.
Sickwolf, yeah.
Named after the wolf that brought you all together.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
First thing you ever killed. Who I remember nearly killed Beelzebub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of things nearly killed us on that special.
It was very early, close to death business, the whole thing.
Level 1, yo.
Plaguestone, yeah.
Also, we haven't rolled a dice yet on this return to Plaguestone. Do you think the curse will return? Because the big thing about Fall of Plaguestone when we played together was that I don't think any of you guys were rolling over a 10. For like the entire 4-episode run, none of you could roll anything, and I was just rolling 19s and 20s for everything.
Yeah.
And it made the whole thing it was like a war movie. It was so brutal.
I mean, I have
tough.
rolled twice
Yeah.
to recall my knowledge.
You have?
And rolled really badly. So
We know how that went.
So it's,
Ed Johnson rolled 2 just to try.
Oh, yeah, that was
try and not kill Folton.
yeah.
which was really hard.
Which is, yeah.
So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that plays out. Like in the time since we played Fall of Plaguestone, I've read a lot of articles about that adventure and like discussions on it and stuff. Because we were some of the first people to play that module, which meant we didn't totally know all the rules, and we were kind of working it out as we went along. And one of the best articles I read was on a Facebook group talking about Pathfinder modules, and there was somebody asking for help, and they basically said, "So I'm running Fall of Plaguestone for my kids." And the trouble is, my kids have just bulldozed every encounter. They're finding the entire thing far too easy. Does anyone know a way I can ratchet up the difficulty to make it a bit more challenging for them so they don't just walk the boss fight? I was like, wow, we need to get those kids in to teach us some tactics.
And here, guesting on the podcast today, episode 100.
Mikey, Millie, and Philip. Hello.
What's nice about last episode is that we had the 90s comic book characters who were edgelords and had all trauma and anger and angst and vengeance and stuff like that with, swolled muscles and even bigger backstories. And then they met the Adventure Time crew. It was just a two clash of worlds who were like, yeah, we're on a way to avenge. We've got things and my past is so deep. And these three guys in a pub twanging about with tea and turnips and being like, oh, hello, oh, we're here. It's just two completely different campaigns, just completely collided.
Yeah, right.
So, we're on different timelines. Oh, I see.
Would you like your adventure with a dash of absurd? Here we are. Why not? I think there is that's a good point to make though, because we're at a completely different pace to you guys. You're on a quest, you're on a mission. I mean, we're just sort of hanging about. Edron's Folly.
Well, so Ed is also. I mean, does Ed know what he's doing? He's also sort of hanging about in a way.
He's a bit confused, isn't he? He always has been though. Our age.
Is he a bit wrong in the head? That's my first pun, guys. That's my first pun. Second episode. Come on.
Well, the nice thing about
get at
Ed
least
Johnson
100 in.
having
It's true. I'll try and get Ed Start. It's the same.
Well, the nice thing about Ed Johnson having a change of plans is that you know that with Ed Johnson, when one door closes, 7 more open.
Yeah. And how does he get his white so whiter than white? And I love the fact that he's trekking him through the wilderness wearing white. And Folton still had to roll to see where he was.
And he's pristine.
Pristine white. Where is it?
It's because the sun was behind him, as like Dan's wicked explanation of like Ed standing there, the sun behind him. So all you could see was this silhouette. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This bright white suit.
shall we?
Like a
Colin's dribbling.
Yeah. Do you want a bib there, mate?
Shall we find out what kind of trouble that white suit and its new friends can get into?
Why not?
We pick things back up in the feed mill in the town of Etran's Folly, next to the big flat stone in the town centre, where Ed Johnson, Nuala Kesri, and Folton Battlestone have just encountered Sickwolf, the adventuring party who sort of hang out in a pub and drink all day. Like
it's really difficult not to do the little Bill and Ted after Joey says Sickwolf. Sickwolf.
And when we left you last time, you were explaining to Folton Battlestone exactly what had happened to his brother and the things that you've found out since then. So how about we jump right back in to that explanation?
Well,
so we wrap that up.
What?
That was what we decided, right?
Yeah. We're gonna skip actually just past the explanation.
Okay.
Yeah. So it sort of goes something like, and then after he died, we found this letter. You see?
Hey.
Yeah.
Well,
and what did the letter say?
Well, we investigated, and it led us on another path.
And that path was what?
I'm sorry, I'm being unnecessarily stop-starty with my speech. Well, we left.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, we would add a few.
And they were doing alchemy.
I'm getting there.
And then we went somewhere else.
Orcs.
But we couldn't do it.
Alchemy.
So we sat back from it for a while and let it. We weren't really being paid for it.
Some of us got quite badly hurt.
We got the shit kicked out.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of
lost, really. Sending the blood round.
Being honest.
The what?
The orcs were sending this bad blood round.
Bad blood?
No.
Yeah, that's right. The bad blood from the letter.
Well, sort of. They were making all the animals sick and like mutated, and so we thought we've got our asses kicked. We could follow them to where was it again? Spite's Cradle, but we thought no. Let's start an animal centre and look after the animals.
We thought the animals needed looking after more. I mean, I myself prize animal life higher than most humanoids, so it seemed like the right thing to do. And to be honest, Sickwolf Centre for Sick Wolves isn't just a centre for sick wolves. They also many different animals keep.
We'll accommodate anyone. If you got nowhere to stay for the night, you can come and hang out with the sick animals.
Yep,
it's lovely. It's nice. People like that. There's a lot of sort of crying in pain during the night from the animals that are dying, but that doesn't mean you can't get a decent night's sleep.
What's even worse
if you really want to put your head down.
If there's any rodents in there dying, I can actually understand what they're saying.
They're quite
That's true, yes. He understands
they're quite chatty.
Yes.
Anyway, we did step back from it because of numbers, and we got our asses handed to us a few times, and we realised we're being paid for it, and that's a big, it's a little thing.
We're sort of chasing down a thing because we thought, well, we're nice people, but there's only so far you can go, really, isn't it?
Without dying, yes. And the universe is deep and
didn't really seem worth it.
The universe is deep and meaningless as it is, without adding more spiritual NUI to it. But now here you are, Folton, in a weird twist of fate.
So I was right. He was murdered by these people.
That's right. Can I just check very quickly? Sorry, our character Dan. Have we still got the letter? Somewhere.
Yeah, you do still have the letter.
So, can I check who was the big bad that wrote that letter? Because I can't remember and it's doing my head in.
Okay. So I can read you the letter.
But we would just be able to look at it and read it, wouldn't we? So I don't need to do a knowledge check or anything.
No, that's fine. You have got it with you.
Thank you.
Has been a year.
It has been a year. And I have the letter right here because I had the Fall of Plaguestone module guide. I bought the actual module guide when we were at PaizoCon UK, so they would have the physical thing. Not knowing we were going to come back to this. So the list is Hallard. The final shipment of corpse blood is due in just over a week, and is the last thing I need from that greedy bastard, Dallin Battlestone. I've enclosed a parting gift to him that should ensure he never tells anyone of our dealings. Be sure that he gets it, my darling. Drop off the reagents as soon as you arrive. My work is almost done. You will find your usual reward in the stump.
Hearing this, Folton stands up and downs his drink and says, "Thank you. I'm going to go to this place, Spite's Tower or whatever it is."
You're just gonna walk straight in there now?
I mean,
whoa.
To be honest, it wasn't very clear, but we got our asses kicked.
No, it was
by
clear.
the orcs.
Oh God, it was clear. I made it clear a few times.
I
think
I had everything. I had my entire essence sucked out of me.
I think our dwarf friend here just has got a thing for suicide, haven't you?
Hey, Folton, I'm with you. And Ed stands up.
Thank you, Ed.
So am I, says Noella.
Thank you, Noella.
Well, you seem to have some pretty nice mates.
Yep. Good luck.
I was going to kill him yesterday.
You were gonna kill him yesterday.
Pretty conflicted friendship there.
Wow. What's changed? What's changed your mind there, mate? What happened?
Well, I don't know if you've heard of this. Maybe you can help me out. There was a man called Uncle Goodun. You ever heard of him?
Have we ever heard of him?
You might have heard of him. He's a famous philanthropist from Caermarga. That's all you've heard.
Do you have a chain of restaurants?
No, we did not.
Oh, no, it's not the one I'm thinking of.
No. Well, there was this man, and I believed in this man for a long time, but over recent months, I've been hearing stories. And then I met Folton, and I trust him. That's all you need to know. And my mind was changed yesterday, and now I stand behind him as a friend.
I don't care if I go in there and I die, as long as I avenge my brother.
So, but you won't.
Right.
So, and Brembone looks towards Ed at this point. So, the man that you found newfound trust in and got you to abandon your hope in the other man is about to go get himself killed.
So, yeah, you're following a man with a death wish.
Well, I nearly killed him, and I shouldn't have done that. And so, I give my life for his. So I'm happy to give mine, and I'll walk into that place.
You're all very
die for him too.
You know that.
Pretty sudden decisions as well.
All right.
That must have been such an argument.
I'm quite impulsive. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently so.
I see.
You three can go to that place and get yourself killed. You won't get in there without our help.
So you're saying to me that you're gonna come with? Because you said you got your ass handed to you by these people, and you got humiliated.
Well, we never said that. Wow, you're just adding words in now.
Sounded like it.
Well, I mean, I don't remember saying we got humiliated. I do remember saying that I lost my essence, was pulled out of me, and then stuck back in. Very painful experience, painful memory. No thanks.
Don't you want to get your own back on them?
Mm-hmm. These people are still out doing this bad thing. You're gonna let them carry on? That's not my world. That's not the world I want to live in anymore.
A lot of bad things happen to people all the time. The universe is meaningless and deep and dark, but yes, that is a fair point. I like inflicting pain on those who inflict pain on others. So
sounds like you want to come.
I mean, now hold on, fellas. I mean, we're doing quite a lot of good here, putting something back into the community.
Well, come on,
with the welfare centre.
Sickwolf Centre for Sick Wolves is doing fine without us. In fact, it might be doing better without our interference. It just needed an injection of cash at the start, and now they're doing better. I don't want to hear the cries of the rodents anymore, Kevan. I don't want to hear them anymore.
Are you sure?
No, I don't. It's weird. And also, there's one intern who keeps giving me coffee whenever I ask for tea, and I think she knows she's doing it. She knows she's doing it. It's power play.
Are you saying they're trying to wind you up?
Little bit.
Really?
Are you talking about Hilda?
Yeah, is that her name? Yeah, well, I don't know how she made it through the selection process, but I'd like to review her application.
I think I just said she could be an intern.
You said a lot of things to a lot of
I mean, she is still only an intern. She hasn't, you know what I mean? She's not, moved up.
We're not paying her.
No, we're not paying her anything.
We're not paying anyone anything.
Look.
Sorry.
You guys can sit here squabbling over coffee.
We weren't squabbling.
You can sit here making your conversations.
I just said
and
I
you
was
can
coming
go
with you.
back to your wolves.
No, I just said we weren't doing that. I just said I'm coming with you, and
Or
I was
you
convincing Kevan to come with us.
Or you can come with us. All right.
So we're on the same page, Maitre D.
No, listen here, you. We're gonna go in and fight.
No, we are.
Are you?
I don't know. Kevan, are you coming with me? Because I can't do it by myself. I'm scared.
Well, I mean, I'm also, I'm literally like, I'm going to have to go to the toilet.
Just thinking about it.
Yeah, just thinking about it.
Uthgar, what about you?
I'm going to have to pop right in there.
Say we won't be bereft of your great girth.
But then I suppose...
I'm not sure.
Oh, come on, Uthgar.
Listen here.
It's been quite a while since I got angry, see, and I do bad things when I'm angry, and I've quite enjoyed it.
Are you saying that people might not like you when you're angry?
No, I'm all right.
No, I wouldn't say that.
No, I wouldn't say that. No,
Really, are you sure?
Why would anyone say that?
I'm actually quite charming in a sort of table-splitting, stab-your-head on a pike sort of way.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
We kind of need...
rustic.
It sounds like we need some of that.
I mean, it would be nice to not sort of wake up in the night with, sort of covered in, my own fecal matter.
I mean, that's your choice, Keelan. That's your choice.
It's not really a choice.
That's
the
a
nightmares,
lifestyle.
and the constant losing of my essence. It's to wake up just covered in that every night. It's not been pleasant for the last year. Maybe I should face this fear. I don't know.
Well, listen, there was 3 of you before, but now there's 6.
Is the elf coming with us?
Yeah, she said
Aye.
yes.
Oh, she seems to have nodded off.
No,
Sorry,
she
I
said
was just
earlier.
waiting for you to come to a conclusion about what we were doing.
Just checking in with her, that's all.
If you come with us, I would be grateful. And I know my brother Dallin would as well. You were there when he died.
Very well, it does, actually.
Do you know what?
I don't like leaving a puzzle unsolved, and something that escapes my reason perplexes me. I will come with you, Folton Battlestone.
All right, because I like killing. So,
There'll be a lot of killing.
Fine. Well, do you know what? It'll be nice to have a reason and maybe something to plug up my troubles. So, if I'm gonna pop to the toilet right now, and once I come back, I'm gonna nap you up and head over there. All right?
I've been made to say, I know I've said this to you many times, but have you considered a loincloth? I mean, it's really easy access.
Yeah, no,
it's lovely and breezy.
He just
and
said.
you just let things come out and it's fine.
right.
I think I'm going to put one of those on, actually.
Leave a trail of filth behind you like a sort of giant slug.
Well, I mean, that's my whole thing, is that I don't leave any trace. It's kind of one of my things.
I mean, you
so,
did last night. I was scrubbing for 20 minutes.
All right, well, I'm clearly going to have to deal with this. All right, fine, I'm in.
Kevan, don't remember to use the lavender talcum powder that I made for you.
Oh, yes. I most certainly will. So I don't get that thing down below. Yeah, thank you.
I've got a lot of parsley that I gathered. Ill-advised in the end.
I mean, you're an idiot if you want to use the parsley, but
Well,
fine.
I mean, you can.
I mean, we can use it for other things. Don't worry, lads. We'll take it with us anyway.
I tell you what, tell us on the way. When are we going?
Thank God. And in no time at all, the 3 of you decide that you will go to Spite's Cradle with Ed and Folton and Nuala. So you do know the way there. You found directions to it when you raided that orc's encampment. A place called the Den. You found out the directions to Spite's Cradle, but you have not been there yet. You know it's in the foothills, not far from here. So it's about a day's travel. Or slightly less if you have horses, which you do have. So you can choose to either spend the night or you can set out in the morning if you want. It's a case of whether you want to arrive there at night or in the daytime. What do you fancy?
I would advise arriving
Daytime.
under the bleak cover of darkness, the mantle of stars that will shroud our presence.
You always
and
say
we
this.
will be. It was thematic before, but now it's actually practical. We will be unseen.
But I can't see in the dark.
Yes, but we've got thing. Oh, wait.
It's better to go running right up the gate in the midst of day. Smash it.
All right, quick.
That won't work last time. Oh no, hang on, it was a disaster
Got
last
that.
time. We got.
I would say
really
we use the
badly
cover of darkness.
Ah, yes, Fulton, you are a man after my own heart.
Hey, I got a disguise kit as well. We could disguise ourselves and roll on up there without anybody knowing.
I have several
hiding
questions.
is one of my fortes, actually.
Hang
Yes,
on,
I
hang on a
can-
moment.
Right.
That's a good tip. Mr. Ed,
Yes.
have you got anything? That's right. It's a horse that talks, you know. Have you got anything other than a white suit? Because it's not very stealthy. See?
Yes.
Oh, well, what have you got?
Hold on a minute. Ed sort of ducks behind a tree for a minute or two, and you see shuffling and things.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be like a jester or something.
He comes out like a clown, like that looks like Ronald McDonald. Oh, there you go. Check that out. And then he goes back behind the tree.
9 hells, make that never happen ever again. I will eradicate that presence off the face of Galaria.
And then he comes out like a big chicken, like, look at this. And then he ducks out behind, gets changed again, and he comes out looking like, I don't know, the Pringles guy.
Explain. Looks like how he is anyway.
Explain to me the concept of these Pringles.
Well,
he's quite jolly.
Once you have one, you can't stop having more.
Brimbone takes out his notepad and writes drugs, question mark, with a note to study.
Hang on.
Isn't the Pringles guy just a head as well?
He's just a head.
And a tube.
So he's just a big head right now.
The spherical moniker of darkness, this Pringles man.
It's not a disguise kit, it's a mascot kit.
Which one do you want to be?
None of them.
I'm being none of them.
No, I can do like, and then he jumps behind the tree, comes back a couple of minutes later, and he just puts a bit of makeup on, like with a bit of blusher. See?
Ed, I have a question.
Yeah.
Could you make yourself look like an orc?
Hold on a minute.
Oh my God! You can do it in front of us. You don't have to keep going behind the tree.
Hold on. And then ducks back out, and he comes out.
Yes, you can.
Looking.
It would be a deception check.
Deception.
As expected.
Oh, we're back in Plaguestone, everyone.
Fantastic. Yeah, it was a natural one.
Just comes out with the white suit on again.
Yeah.
Might I suggest, magnificent though your disguise is, I do have the capacity to make a group of us invisible for 10 minutes.
Well, why did you say something?
Honestly, I wanted to see what other eldritch horrors you could conjure from behind.
Wait. Let me try one more time.
Okay.
19.
Okay, you make a better orc costume.
Ta-da!
Alright, so you don't have to be invisible anymore.
Why can't we just go in there and kill them all?
Okay, this is.
What did you do last time?
We went in there, we killed them all.
And that's why we died. So.
This is the whole reason, you see. Now look. I'm quite up for the more stealthy option. Ooh. Also, I feel like I could make all of us stealthy. If you can make us invisible, I can make us, like sound-wise stealthy. They'd never see us coming.
What can we remember?
This would be genius.
Sorry, what can we remember of? Is it like a fortress? Is it like a den?
You've not seen it yourself, but you know that by the sound of it, it's some kind of a fortress.
Oh, I thought we'd been there before.
No, you've been to a different place. You got the directions to it, and you chose not to go there.
Sure. But and we think it might be a fortress. Did we say?
You think it might be a fortress?
So even if we were to just walk on through, we'd still be some kind of gate or door, maybe to go through, no matter even if we were disguised or invisible. So can you break down doors, Folton, Plaguestone?
Aye, I can.
Your friend was quite good at that.
Aye, I'm even better.
All right.
Are you?
Yeah.
I have no context to judge the two of you on it, so...
I mean, which friend was this?
Carragher.
Such a stupid name.
I can't get over that name.
I can't believe his name is definitely Carragher and not another pronunciation of that same word. I can't believe that's what he chose.
I feel like there should be another name in front of it, like Denny or something.
So weird. Anyway.
Denny Caramel?
Denny Carragher?
If it is a fortress, then we'll need to sneak around or go through the gate.
Smash! In the door.
Uthgar, can you smash that gate through with one blow?
Yes.
You and Folton?
Let's see. I'm just going to put this forward very quickly before we decide to smash in through the front door. I mean, me or Brimbone, we could try and sneakily have a little look for another way in. I mean, if there's a gap in the defences somewhere, we could all sneak in. And I think the longer that we're undetected, the better. All right, because as soon as we smash in the front door, it's going to be all hands on deck.
I know. All right, well, I'm actually quite good at sneaking myself, as you know. So I'm happy to sneak in if we want to.
Either way, remember what happened to us last time when we were 3. So let us all go in as one.
Yeah.
Let's
absolutely.
Let's see
Sickwolf. And Brimbone puts a frail purplish hand out.
Sickwolf.
Sickwolf.
I mean, that's you guys. We're
Sickwolf.
Why don't we call ourselves something,
Sickwolf.
like Sick Club Avengers? Because I was part of a group called the Goodun Avengers.
Hang on a sec. So you were part of a group called the Goodun Avengers?
Yeah, but I've disbanded that.
You've disbanded
Although
that.
I need to kind of let the other guy know because he might be after some people.
Right, so, but we're already a team, see? And Sickwolf's a pretty good name.
It's a good name.
It's just Sickwolf.
Okay, Folton puts his hand in the middle.
Yeah.
That's right.
Noala? Ed?
Yeah, fine, Sickwolf.
Well, she's really... I'm not feeling her. I'm not feeling her membership at all to Sickwolf. Like, wow.
I don't quite feel like she's on board with the rock and rollery of it all. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know who she reminds me of?
Who's it?
Hilda. She reminds me of Hilda.
Look, please stop. Look, she was picking mushrooms one day, and I thought that's something you could do. That's why we're in.
You know what it is, isn't it? You thought you could have your way with her, and you can't. Isn't it? That's why.
No, I like mushrums.
He really likes mushrooms.
I thought, especially those ones you gave me that on my birthday, they were great.
Butt mushrooms.
No, not the butt. What? Wait, were they from your butt?
Anyway,
Are we arriving in the daytime or the nighttime? Was the question half an hour ago?
Nighttime.
Okay, you go for nighttime. Okay, so you set off.
Oh my goodness. These are definitely going to be 7 episodes long.
Yeah.
So you set off together in the daytime, and you arrive as the sun has set in the foothills. Following the directions lead you unerringly to a small valley, where as you approach it, you see a great wooden palisade, so a great wooden wall that has been built across the valley, cutting it off. Beyond the wall, you can just about see the top of a watchtower looking out over it, but you can't really see if there is anything looking down on it. The sides of the valley are not particularly steep, so they are climbable. So you reckon that that is possibly one way in. They're not hugely high up. There is a great set of double doors in the palisade wall itself. There are some lights you can see beyond it, but not many in the outer area of the fortress.
Can I stealthily check around the whole place to look and see if there are any cracks in the defences, any holes in the walls, anywhere else that we could sneak in sneakily, like an area that, maybe it was like, for sewage or something. And
sure.
Could also Brimbo and Earthguard try and get a rough head count on the amount of people we think could be using this place.
Okay. So perception check from Kivan to search around. It is mostly underbrush in this area, so you, I believe, can use your stealth ability, so you do not have to roll stealth.
I don't have to roll stealth
while you're in the valley floor. If you're going up onto the sides of the valley, it's rocks. You wouldn't be able to use that. But down here, you get up close to the walls, and you're able to have a little look around. Go ahead and give me a perception.
I've got a spyglass. Do I get any bonuses?
Yeah, you can use a spyglass to look from afar, so you don't actually have to go up to it.
Okay.
Kivan pops out a little spyglass and has a look.
I don't get any bonuses to mine.
To perception, you do. It's on the front of your front page of your sheet. Undo perception, which is
around here. Okay. All right, so that is 18.
An 18. Okay, you look around. You reckon the doors probably... You probably could open the doors. You probably could climb the walls. It would need somebody to... it would be quite hard to climb for the first thing, but then if someone could secure a rope up there, you could probably get up there. The sides of the cliff are definitely climbable, so you could climb up the cliff and climb back down into beyond the walls. Beyond that, it's quite hard to tell. You don't see any gaps in the wall itself, although that doesn't mean you couldn't make one if you had an ability, but it is quite thick logs, so it would take a bit of work. In terms of how many people are there, from the size of it, it's quite hard to tell. There could be a lot.
Try and get a further more in-depth reconnaissance on that, please. Can I look around for a moth and a bat that is not my own?
A moth and a bat?
Yeah, I'm going to try and see if there's a bat or any other kind of rodent is also fine.
Okay, all right, go ahead. It needs to be a moth, and it needs to be...
Well, I mean, the moth I was going to use to feed the bat, but if I can't find the bat, then I need the moth to bribe the bat.
Nice.
But initially, any kind of rodent.
Give me a survival check to try and find...
Come here. Little
5 steps ahead.
I see.
I will need the food for the bat.
25.
25. Okay, you find a bat flutter. You find that there is a cave nearby with some bats in it. They are sort of fluttering around.
Using my Familiar's Tongue ability, I would like to address the bats.
So you're able to speak bat.
Yes, bats.
Okay.
And any other rodents.
You go and speak bat to the bats. What would you like to say to them?
Hello, sleek creatures of the night.
Hello.
Hello, wise and ancient creatures, harbingers of doom and darkness. How are you this fine eve?
Oh, we're very well, thank you.
Yes, I can tell you brim with eldritch knowledge, but I shall refrain from asking. I was wondering if I could ask a favor of you if I rewarded you with food.
Oh, we like food.
Yes, I know, and you also like harbinging the death of nations and civilizations as you watch them crumble.
That's actually a common misconception about bats. We're quite sociable creatures,
You
really.
are sociable in a way that you like the demise of humanoids, but I digress, I diversify.
A bit dark.
I was asking a favor. Could you do a little flap over this place and see how many 2 legs are walking around? Your fur is very sleek. Your wings are very waxy.
What's all this about the sleek fur? Is that you're
I know how
you're
to
into
talk to
bats or something?
You what? No, I'm not. Shut up. No.
Right. All right. Well, you want us to fly over the over that thing and tell you and find out what?
You see how many 2 legs are walking around?
Find out how many sets of 2 legs.
Well, yes, things that walk around with 2 legs.
Things that walk around. Well, like people.
Yes.
I know what people are. I'm not an idiot.
For you, for a concept of humanoids, for you have watched the ebb and flow of civilizations come and go for eons, of course you would know.
Bloody hell. Right, all right. Well, how about, what food you got?
I've got a raisin.
I like raisins.
Do you like moths?
I like moths.
By the time you come back, I'll have a moth.
Oh, all right. Well, you sit there on that grey round thing, right? And
what are you talking about?
You wait for that thing. He sort of gestures over at a rock.
Oh yes, the grey round thing.
Yeah, right. All right. You sit on grey round thing with all of your other 2 legs.
Yes, we're getting somewhere finally.
Yep. And I will fly over yonder big many trees stuck together, and I will report back on how many 2 legs there are in house made of many stones.
Excellent. This has worked out just as I planned.
God, this guy's an idiot. It's all right. Have that moth for me. The bat turns and flutters out of the cave and away and over the fortress. And after a few minutes,
I catch a moth.
You catch a moth.
So I
Okay, make a survival check to see if you can catch a moth.
What do you mean no? What are you saying no, James? Stop calling the roll. Let us call our own rolls. It's 14.
A 14, you managed to get a moth. That's fine.
Easy moth? Is it that easy to catch a moth?
It's not a dragon. Well, it could be a dragon moth. Mate. I'm a level 5 adventurer. Let me catch a fucking moth.
I've caught a moth.
Sake.
Me, Drummond, has caught a moth in my
in your
hand.
face, James.
Yeah.
Dangerlings, if you've ever caught a moth, then please tell us.
Stop catching moths. Their wings are powder.
If you've had to get them out of your room, maybe they're in an annoying place. If you've removed a moth from your abode, let us know.
Tweet James. Tweet moth.
After a little while, the bat returns. Yeah, right.
Hello. Wait, what's your name?
My name is Jonathan Batsby III.
Jonathan Batsby III. A wise, ancient name.
Is it? All right. Whatever you say. Right. I flew over. What did I call the wall earlier? The many trees.
Many trees stuck together.
Yeah, many trees stuck together.
Yes.
I flew over the many trees stuck together, and there's 2. There's 4 orcs out there. Sorry, four 2 legs.
4 2 legs.
Be
yes.
out there beyond. They be stood around, blazing hotness on many sticks.
Very good. Here is your moth. I caught it with ease. Brimban looks at Uthgar. With ease, Uthgar.
Didn't look that easy.
Really flapped about a bit, but I got
Nearly
it.
dropped
Here you
it.
Cracking. Thanks. he eats the moth.
Do you want the raisin as well?
Can you speak? You don't speak moth, do you?
No.
Okay, you don't hear the moth screams.
Rest assured, it's got a family somewhere very close by who will be weeping moth tears into their moth tea.
Anyway,
Dan,
I've got to be getting back to. My night's work now. So
your night's work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gonna go eat some more moths. Frankly, that's what I'm doing.
That's what you do, Jonathan Batsby the Third.
A vole runs past and goes, "All right, Jonathan." Jonathan goes, "Fuck off."
Wow, that was rude.
We've got a beef going.
Why?
Been going for ages.
Why don't you like voles?
I don't like. No, it's not vole. I'm not vole racist. I just don't like that.
It looks to me, Jonathan,
I don't like that one vole.
I'm just walking away from this. You have got your own prejudices. That's a you thing, not a me thing. Bye, Jonathan. Bye, Jonathan.
Leave Jonathan.
Read a book.
Arguing with the vole and return to the others.
All right. There's
listening to you speak bat is so squeaky.
Yeah, it's really.
How do you do that?
Nasal cavities.
It's amazing. It's just squeaking.
Sometimes you have to click your teeth. It's really all in the context.
Oh.
And where you wibble your wings.
Do you speak moth?
Nah, moths are dicks. 4 orcs.
So, just 4 orcs?
Yeah,
wait.
That Jonathan Batsby, the slightly racist bat, can see. That's all. There's probably more, but initially we can take 4.
All right, so there's 4 in the sort of initial area, right?
They're holding torches.
Well, from what I can see, we could easily scale the walls of this. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Should easily be done stealthily as well, as long as someone's got some rope. Who's got some rope?
Right. So I can do that.
I have.
Oh. Well, are you stealthy?
No, I mean, as in I've got rope.
Oh, I see. Well, I've got some rope, and I'm good at climbing, and I've got some rope.
I'm pretty good at the stealth.
I can cloak us in stealth. It's not a problem.
How about I climb up
first? We're all good for that. What?
I climb up first, tie the rope, and then drop it down to everyone else.
Sounds good.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
All right, great.
All right. So, where are we now in relation to the fort, Dan?
So you're just sort of a little way further down the valley.
Further down the valley. Can I make a stealth check would it be a stealth check to climb up stealthily? Sorry, a stealth check to get up to the walls and then a climb check.
Yes.
Are you going by yourself?
Well, no, I think we're going together.
We should all go move as a group.
Yeah.
I think.
Is it going to take us? How long is it going to take us to get to the wall?
Not very far. It's not that far away.
Okay, cool. In which case, Brimbone will weave his hands, and now I will make us slip twixt the very air itself with the power of things that I don't understand. And I cast invisibility sphere over the lot of us as we move.
Woo. And I use my quiet allies feat to make sure we are all stealthy and quiet.
Excellent.
I can't remember. Does that give everyone like a plus?
It means you get to roll 1 stealth check that applies to everybody.
Right. Okay.
So go ahead and give me that stealth check, Drummond.
Okay.
While everyone is invisible. This will cover your noise. You're already invisible.
Now stay close to me.
All right, here we go.
Stay really close.
Well, luckily, so
you got a pretty big bonus.
18.
An 18. Okay, so you not the quietest, but quietish. But you are invisible. You make your way across the valley and right up to the palisade wall. There is no sign that anyone inside notices you. Uthgar, what would you like to do?
I would like to climb the wall.
Okay.
To do it stealthy, I don't have to make a separate stealth check, do I?
You would have to make a stealth check yourself, to try and climb it, because you're not following Keyvan to do it.
Right. So
as you do that, I just you see a familiar finger get flicked at you, and a little glowing fingernail as you get guidance.
Nice. You get plus one.
Okay. So I'll do the climb check first, and then we'll see if I do it stealthily.
All right.
Oh, that's a good climb check. Is that athletics?
It's athletics.
30,
no problem.
Doop. And I get a plus what?
Plus one.
Plus one. 19 on the stealth.
19. Okay, you make your way up. You're taking a rope with you, are you?
I've got a rope.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. So
how high is the wall?
The wall is 15 feet high.
That's fine. Yep.
You manage to take a run, a little jump halfway up it, and then climb up the logs. You make it to the top well enough. You peer down into the yard, and looking ahead of you, you can see that there is a small fortress built into the side of the built into the side of the cliff face. To your left, so to the south, there is a small tower that seems to have a curtain pulled across the door. Just in front of that, there is a fire burning in the yard. There are 4 orcs sat around that fire, staying warm. They're cooking something over the fire. There is a watchtower just past the orcs to the east, which looks out over the whole yard. You can see a couple of silhouettes in there of people in there. You guess whoever is in there has a pretty good view of the yard. And beyond that, you can see the main fortress, which has a sort of a tower jutting out of the cliffside. If you play Skyrim, it's like some of those, those fortresses that are built into the sides of mountains. It's like that, and you can see a door that seems to be the main entry point into that. You're able to secure a rope to the top and lower it down. There is no sign. The orcs don't stir, and no one in the tower stirs from you climbing up.
As I lower down the rope, Uthgar's just going to sort of put his fingers to his eyes, and then sort of do a wide sweeping motion and be like, and then a shush motion with his hand, and then beckon them to climb up.
All right, you have enough rope to sort of drop down either side, so that's fine as well. So you're
50 feet, so it should be plenty. Yeah,
that's plenty. So
who is the least stealthy of us all present?
The dwarf in full plate armor looks around everyone.
They all look at me. I'm like, eh? Probably
me.
It's probably
Watch me.
And Brimbone just does the sign of the weird and hexes Folton with Nudge Fate hex, which will give you advantage on your next roll.
Very nice.
Thank you.
You are welcome, Folton Battlestone.
That was creepy, but thanks.
Okay. So you climb up the rope. Don't need to roll to climb up a rope. That's nice and easy. So you're all able to climb up the rope, down the other side, and into the area. So if you're following Kivan, I need another stealth check.
Okay.
You're now entering an area that is being
30
watched.
this time.
30, that's much better. So Kivan, you're able to kind of shush everyone and help everyone creep down. Stay quiet. The orcs sitting by the fire are currently 50 feet away from you across the area. They are not reacting to you. They're still just sitting, talking to each other in Orcish and cooking their food. The watchtower beyond is about 80 feet from you. And you can all now see there are 2 figures in the watchtower. They don't always look out. Every now and then you see one of them will come to the edge and kind of look around, and then we'll go back inside.
Should we try and take these
No.
guards out
Hang on.
silently as possible?
Well, no, because I don't think we're going to do that. Because you see, there's 6 of them. So, we can't take them all out at once, right? So I think we should just go round, go to the main door.
Brimbone nods his head at Uthgar and then gestures to say,
Got about 2 minutes left of this spell.
All right, let's go.
Let's get a motor on then.
All right.
Whatever a motor is.
All right. So you make your way across the across the courtyard.
Why did you just roll a die?
Well, I thought we were doing stealth checks.
No, because Keevan does.
Cool.
he's
Keevan
done it
is
for us.
allowed to roll stealth checks for you
okay,
all
cool.
because of his
bad.
group stealth.
Thank goodness.
I mean, it was pretty good.
Really nice ability.
10.
Do we make the doop doop doop?
You all. So you all sneak across. Let's get another stealth check. As you make your way across.
Okay. 24 this time.
24. The invisibility helps. You make your way right across the courtyard, past the orcs who are eating, until you're literally right underneath the watchtower, which is quite good because it means it breaks the line of sight to the top of it. You're able to sort of edge along the bottom of it, and you get to the main door. It's a large wooden door that is closed currently.
So check it, see if it's locked.
You try it, and it is indeed locked.
So just for my mind's eye, what kind of door is it? Are we talking about like a 15-foot high?
It's a set of double doors, but they are made of wood. But they are human. They're humanoid size. So whatever lives here is normal size.
If we want to try and pick the lock,
I got a thievery thing. I can try and pick the lock.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Sounds great, mate.
It's a thievery check to try and pick the lock.
Go.
Coming down to the last few seconds of this spell, so do hurry.
Oh, that's a 20.
20 is not enough to pick the lock on this occasion. You can probably get one more go at it, and then the spell will fail.
Wait, before you do that.
Brimbo makes a sign of the weird at Ed Johnson to nudge fate on you.
Okay.
To give you advantage on this roll. So roll 2 dice.
Right, that was 23.
a 23. The lock clicks, and you manage to get the lock open just as the spell is starting to fail.
Everyone in.
Okay.
Nice one, Ed.
You slip inside and close the door behind you just as the spell ends and you all reappear. You are inside what looks like a sort of a reception hall. It leads to a well-appointed looking room. It has a fine rug. It has a ladder going up to your left, which you think probably goes up into the watchtower. And it has a set of doors directly in front of you that go further into the building. There is nobody in this room. It is lit with torches in the area.
We should probably put something in front of the door or lock it.
From the inside.
Aye.
Yes, good thinking. I got us in here. I'm no carpenter. Go ahead.
I'll just grab a chair, wedge it up against the door.
All right. You wedge a chair underneath the door.
Is there much other furniture that we could...
Yeah, there's bits and... There's a bench and...
I sort of carefully just... While it's doing the chair, I literally just gather up a massive bunch of furniture behind it and just plonk it behind and be like, yeah, this stuff as well.
Is it a cuddly bench?
Oh, it might be.
Where are we going, up or through those doors?
Well, I think that goes to the watchtower.
Looks like it. I mean, it's
so I don't
know
know
where
we should
we're
go
heading,
there.
is it?
Is this door trapped?
I don't know.
Maybe we should give it a check. I'll give it a go if you like.
I'm not kicking it. Last time I kicked a door, I ended up with a crossbow bolt right in my chest.
For checking with traps, what are we using?
Perception.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
Guidance.
You just got in there. So what does that do? Give me a plus one. Okay. So 24.
A 24. The door is not trapped and not locked.
No, seems like we're all right, lads. And lass. Let's get in there.
Wait, Kiva, just have a listen and see what other things you can hear on the other side waiting for us.
All right.
Okay, you can hear nothing on the other side with that perception check.
Sounds like there's not a lot going on in there.
Right, I'll go first.
Give it a go. Oh, all right. Okay.
Let's
in you go.
Heaves open the door and steps through.
Okay.
Stepped on my toe there.
Sorry.
Ouch.
You heave the door open and you step into what looks like a study. There is a bookcase set up and there is a writing desk. The bookcase contains lots and lots of books on alchemical theory.
It looks like a really boring room.
There is another door in here that leads further on, which is slightly ajar.
This is the most exciting room I've been in for a very long time.
Oh, it's boring.
Wait a minute. Look at that door. It's open. Keep quiet.
It's just full of toilet paper.
Can Ed walk over and just peer through the cracks?
Sure. You can.
Brimbo would like to go through and start looking through the books.
Okay.
My perception's 17.
Okay, so Ed, you peer through the door. Again, the room beyond is lit. It appears to be a bedchamber. It has a bed with a desk and a dresser next to it. There's a smell of lilac in the air, emanating from an incense cone. It's sitting there, still burning on there. Looking in one side of the room, there is a shallow, on the left-hand side of the room, there is a shallow pool with a statue built on it. There is also a door to the right, a small door, and a set of double doors directly across, which go further inside. There is no obvious sign of anything.
Okay. Just regale all that information to everyone.
Right, I see. Well, I mean, we should push on, I suppose, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Wait, this one,
Brimbone.
I think I've read this book.
What is in those books?
What's in the books, Dan?
So the books are all books on alchemical theory. You think that they are probably worth some money to a collector, although there are quite a lot of them to carry.
I take 3.
Okay, you take the 3 most interesting looking books.
What are their titles?
It is Alchemist's Fire, Practical Uses.
Ooh.
Elixirs and Sundry.
Ooh.
And Goo? Question mark.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be the one. That's gonna be the moneymaker right there.
Using those books will give you a +2 bonus to crafting checks.
All right, so I've got the books. We can head on.
Excellent.
Oh, good.
Let's go.
Can I take one for my arse?
What?
Well, I use them as,
I imagine your ass probably has an higher intellect than you and can probably do more reading than you, so feel free. There's more on the shelf. Help yourself.
That's a fair comment.
What about this little door on the right? Anyone check for traps or magic or something?
I'll give it a go, mate.
Okay, you go and have a little look at the door.
I can't guide you again, friend Kivan.
Oh, hopefully we'll be all right. That is a 27.
Not trapped.
Yeah, no, I think we're all right.
Do you want to have a little peek?
Yeah, sure.
A little look-see?
I'll have a little look through.
Okay, you have a little look. It's a storage room. Looking, there's lots of crates and chests around. As you open the boxes and have a look, it appears to be full of lots of alchemical reagents. But these reagents do not appear to have been used. There's no completed potions in here. There's just bits and bobs that could be used for making alchemy.
Brimbone, a couple of things that might interest you in here, mate. Have a little look.
Yes, I can see it, yes.
It's full of potions.
Well, no, not really. It's the things to make potions.
Well, look, they're little things in bottles.
Yes, but you need to do a lot
That's
more.
a potion.
Well, no, there's a process. You have to... That's sort of like I could draw up a flowchart.
Potions come in bottles.
Yeah, yes, there's lots of potions here. Thank you,
Yeah,
Wolfgang.
there we are.
Thank you very much.
Found a lot of potions.
Yes, you did well
Sorry,
done.
Draw some potions, Folton.
Good, all right. Well, you grab as many of those as you can get hold of. We might need them later. Who knows?
Well, they're not...
All right.
To keep you... I mean,
What
you know
kind
they're
of
not,
potions are
No,
they?
I realise they're not usable now.
Hang on, don't leave
I'm
them
talking
behind.
about in the future.
Pick them up. We'll take them later.
There's a potion of turnips here.
Oh!
A potion of drink water. And a potion of...
I do drink water.
Squirrel nut.
Should we go and look down these double doors down the other end?
I'm taking my potion of
Yeah,
squirrel
come on.
nut.
Let's
Brimbone
keep looking around, shall we?
Just takes a few of the reagents as like evidence more than anything else.
You grab a few reagents and then you make your way into the next room, the bedchamber looking room. So it is as described. The bed's there. There's the smell of scent in the air. There is, looking around on the desk, you can see there is a piece of parchment that looks like a list that has been read there. And in terms of exits, there's another set of double doors heading further north, and you can hear the sounds of something moving around in there. So it seems like there is something in that room. But looking at the parchment, it is a list which appears to have been ticked off. It's like a to-do list that is marked down. You can see there are different dates on them. Some of them go back to a year. One a year ago says tied up loose end merchant, which has a tick next to it. And there's tied up loose end Hallard, which had a question mark. It's then been crossed out, and there's been a tick put next to that. Then more recently, only a couple of weeks ago, it says Plaguestone filled and has been ticked. The one below that does not have a date and does not have a tick, and it says Mother Avenged.
Whoever wrote this is very, very slow at getting things done. Because, I mean, that's the longest to-do list going back in time I've ever seen. I'm going like, buy eggs, get some milk, get my shoe repaired. I mean, it's
It's a little bit more sort of, revengey than do you know what I mean?
Definitely getting a tang of the revenge.
Get just a touch of revenge off of this.
Folton, does the name Hallard mean anything to you?
No.
He was a fellow on the letter.
Yeah, yes, he was, Uthgar. Yes, you're quite right.
I thought I'm
Can you read?
No, you said.
Yes.
I've got a good memory.
You do.
I do. Thanks, Bompone.
Sorry, does Hallard mean anything to you, Folton?
No, I've never heard the name before.
Very well.
It was on the letter.
And
you also know that he was the man you were going to find in that horrible house near the willow where there were all the traps. He was the one who was killed by the snake.
You've definitely never heard of Hallard before?
Nope.
Right, fine. We sort of remove some sort of trial and erroring some bits here, a process of elimination. And Mother as well? No, nothing to you?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm assuming
my mother's dead.
I'm assuming that's Stella's mother, right?
No, it was a long time ago.
I think we've all got a mother. Have you all not got a mother? Is that not how it works?
What?
Well, you know.
No, I don't.
Do you not have a mum?
No, it's look, I was abandoned, fine, all right?
Oh, you never told me that.
No,
The letter,
doesn't need to come up.
the original
Don't touch
letter.
me. Get off me.
No, come on.
No.
Just let yourself be hugged.
No.
Open it up.
Go away.
Go on.
What's in the letter?
The original letter, it was signed V, I think. Is that right? Is that right?
It was, yes.
Yeah. V. Can we find anything in this room that's actually got a name beginning with V? We can find out who this person is. Let's have a little look around.
You do not find anything. You do find a small statue, though, after a bit of searching. You find a small statue placed in the corner of the room, which is of an elven woman holding a flask. She's dressed in a flowing gown, and she has tears running down her cheeks.
Before anyone picks that up, I'd just like to do a quick read aura on that, please.
Okay, tell us about read aura.
Read aura is a little cantrip which can detect the magic type on an object and tell me what school of magic is on that object.
Cool. It is not magical.
All right, okay, fine. Thought it might have been a thing. Never mind, go do your thing.
Do a check to see if I recognise who the woman in the...
You find a small engraving in the bottom that says Sickwolf. But that's not a name you've heard before.
I'll relay that to the team.
Sure.
Does anyone recognise that? Sickwolf?
No, I don't.
Sickwolf? Am I saying that right? Sickwolf.
I don't know, I've never heard the name before. I've got no...
No.
reference, so.
Anyone got any ideas? How would you pronounce that? What do you reckon? Have a little look.
No idea. I mean, I can do a check or something.
Is it worth anything?
Not really sure, mate. You know what I mean? It's not my area.
Does the statue look particularly maternal?
Well, do you know what, actually?
Can I do a religion check?
Sure.
So Sickwolf could be someone who is being avenged by
Say
the writer of
13.
this
You're
to-do
absolutely
list.
right.
Sorry, Scott, I didn't mean to.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry.
13?
13, Ed, you don't know. It might be religious, it might not, but it's
Okay.
not a name you've heard of.
On that to-do list, it said something about Plaguestone.
Plaguestone being filled in.
Yeah, what does that
I'm
mean?
done now.
Or filled, like a bottle, like a flask.
Filled
like
with what?
Plague. One would assume it being the Plaguestone.
Well, now, what do we remember about Plaguestone? Wasn't it that they kept like an empty grave or something there? Was that right?
Yes, who's filling in graves and what with. And we already came across some alchemical beasties before now.
That's
The
right.
the blight you were talking about. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Maybe we should just open this room and see what's in
Let's
here.
push on. I think we can
All
find
right, come
some
on then.
answers.
Let's keep going.
There's something moving in there, though, so...
I recognise that twitch of Uthgar's shoulders. He's going to get some answers the old-fashioned way, aren't you, Uthgar?
Oh, you know me well.
Probably about time.
Weapons
Shut the
drawn.
next door.
All right,
I
you
get a bit
peer
cross.
up to the next door. Can I get a stealth check from anyone from the person who is doing it?
Who is doing that? I'm going to nudge fate on ya. I think I've already done it to you. Have I already nudged your fate once today?
No.
Haven't I?
No.
Then as I see you trying to be creeping at the door, I nudge your fate a little bit.
Okay.
So you get advantage to roll 2.
Is that a cantrip?
Okay.
It is a hex.
Is a hex? How do hexes work? Are they focus spells?
They are focus spells.
Okay, cool. So remember, you need to rest. You need to spend 10 minutes refocusing to get that focus
Yeah,
points
that's right.
that you use.
Yeah. That's not. Okay, I can't. Yeah.
Right, 24.
Fuck.
24. Okay, cool. You'll very quietly creep up to the door and have a little peek through. Inside, it appears to be an alchemy laboratory. You can see that there are. You can see a large pool of water, and then there are lots of tables and desks around, on which there are various alchemical reagents and alchemical things, ambelix and things bubbling away under flames. In the room, there are 4 creatures. They look humanoid, but they are. Their heads are kind of flopping to one side, and they are staggering around. They wear just loincloths, and you can see potent chemicals are pumping through hugely engorged veins that run up and down their grey skin. They are wearing aprons as well, and they are staggering around mixing reagents. They don't seem to have noticed you as they're looking at working away on all of their things.
It's looking pretty dangerous in there, mates. There's I'll tell them what I've seen.
I should also say, at the very far end of the room, there is a flight of stairs that heads down. There's a spiral staircase going down.
And then there's a staircase at the end. I don't know. I mean, do
Looks
we
like
need to get through here?
We need to get through down into the staircase.
Those things don't seem particularly bothered, but they probably have some kind of awareness. So,
I would imagine.
You've seen them, Keith, do you think we can just nip through behind them, or...
I think it's possible, if we're extremely stealthy, we might be able to get past them. Have we got any more invisibility? Or is that it for the day?
I mean, that it took a certain amount of effort to do that.
Right.
So it's a no.
Is it
I
an
have to say it
effort
was
you
pretty
can manage
impressive.
again, or
Well, I'm not just some kind of factory. Like I have to pull the arcane corners of the universe into my palms, and then.
Ed, why didn't
Feel
you
like
use your
something you wanna
disguise
do?
kit?
Maybe they won't notice you as a giant chicken.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, or we could just try and stealth it. I guess take our chances.
I think that's a better idea than dressing
Right,
up
you
like
go
a chicken.
first.
I mean, I could
All right, I'll give it a go.
I could kill him.
So I'll try and sneak past them.
Okay, you're going to try and slip into the room and sneak past him. Go ahead and give me a stealth check, Kivan.
Okay. 20.
20. Let's see what they get on their percep. Alright. Kivan, you duck into the room behind some crates and you wait for one of them to walk past you and go over to the desk, and as it does, you slip round behind it, run across the room and dart in behind into the staircase. You've made it to the top of the stairs, but you've left everyone else behind.
Brimbone sees that pattern, looks at Folton, then looks at Uthgar and goes, "So, I mean, you two aren't going to be able to manage that, so you just want to get your axes out and start chopping heads."
No, I can do it. Look, watch me. I'm sneaky, sneaky.
Hang on, just a second. Right, try and watch this. No. 13.
A 13. All right.
Sneaking over here behind the crates.
Uthgar sneaks in behind the crates, takes a step out, and all four of them just turn and look straight at him.
Shh, you haven't seen me, right? And then I just keep walking to
They go and reach for things on the counter, and that is where we leave it for tonight. Oh, Uthgar.
I've actually got pretty good stealth. I'm desperate to try and use it.
What?
Do you speak moth?
Sorry, set me up again.
Just go. Nah, I'm off. So I'll edit.
Nah, I'm off the dicks. It's not going to get a laugh now, is it? Thanks, guys.
I'll edit it. It'll sound great.
Thank you.
I will keep the C-bomb.
Um,
It's episode 100.